Hello, viewer. It's great having you on the show today, and welcome to another edition of Viewpoint. It is an exciting and interactive talk show where they talk as a be. On the show, we talk about everything and anything trendy, ranging from entertainment to politics, health, education, lifestyle, power of community, you just name it. All you need to do is sit back, enjoy, and engage in our conversations. My name is Hadiza Galadima right here with me in the studio. I'm an amazing co-host. Peace. How are you?
Hi, Hadiza.
How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. Hi, confident.
Please.
And confidence.
Hi, Hadiza.
How you doing?
Good. Thank
All
you.
we do on the show is spark meaningful conversations, inspire change within our community as we engage in honest dialogue. And now straight to the business of the day. Let's get started. In the words of Benjamin Franklin, justice will not be served unto those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are. We will be discussing some really intriguing topics today. We will be talking about national issues happening in our country. So, firstly, we will be talking about the resignation of one of the judges from the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. Also, we'll be talking about entitlement mentality. And lastly, we will be discussing about youthful exuberance. All this and more after the break. Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. This is Viewpoint, talk show where they talk as EB. Justice B.M. Ugo, in a shocking and unprecedented move, has resigned from the bench of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, citing the demands from the executive branch. Justice Ugo, in a statement, said siding with the government on this matter would be the death of Nigeria's democracy and that he could not, in good conscience, remain silent. His resignation has sent shockwaves through the country and has raised serious questions about the state of the country's democratic institutions. According to his statement, he was asked to cripple the independence of the judiciary by ruling in favor of a certain political candidate whom he withheld his name. In addition to this, he was asked to suppress evidence and dismiss cases that could have an impact on the election. This incident has caused a serious uproar and setbacks to the activities of the Presidential Election Tribunal. With this integral act prompts the question, to what extent should we, the citizens, place our faith in the judicial system? Confidence, do you want to go first or Peace? Because please, when it comes to political matters, we actually have a lot to say. So,
Nope. So growing up, there's something I think. Oftentimes, I like to think most of these issues they go as far back as possible. Now, here's an example I'm just going to pick. It's common in Nigeria, and that is exam malpractice. Now, exam malpractice, what it will tell you sometimes, what lecturers will tell you. Some people say, "Oh, it's not wrong. I'm just helping my friend." But if it's not wrong, why do you get punished for it? If you're just helping, why do you get punished for it? And now, one of the things the lecturers will tell you in that exam malpractice is, even if you're not the one doing the cheating, if you're in a place where you're going to implicate yourself, get up and walk away. And that's exactly what this man just did. Instead of soiling his name, he got up and he walked away. And he said, "I am washing my hands off. My hands are clean. My family's name is clean. I am clean from every evil you are going to do." Oh, sadly enough, unfortunately, we're in a country where the nonsense they want to do, they will still go ahead to do it. They might still go ahead to do it. But at least him walking away has shown us that that fatigue we thought you had in the judicial system, it's time for you to start planning for plan B. Do something else. Plan for something else. Because this is definitely not going the way it is. If somebody, an insider, could walk away, and while walking away, make all this open up about all these things and say, this is why I'm walking away. It's not even a discussion of the fact of faith in the judicial system. It's no longer even a discussion. It's now how much or who else will follow him and walk away. And then what are we going to do when they come up with whatever they've cooked? Because they've been cooking since. And it's just he didn't want to partake of the feast. That's why he walked away. So now our question is, who else will walk away? Who else will save their name? That's one. And then what is our plan B? When they come out and they serve us whatever they've cooked, what is our plan B? Are we just going to take it and keep quiet? Because only 2 months in, Nigerians predicted a lot of rubbish happening during this man's regime. I refuse to call this an administration. During the current regime we are in right now, a lot of Nigerians predicted a lot of nonsense happening in the next 4 years. And it is so sad that somehow, magically, they've collapsed 4 years into 2 months. And right from the very moment somebody accepted his so-called winnings, right from that very moment he accepted it, Nigeria has been steadily dropping, steadily going down and down. And in 2 months, what they predicted will happen in 4 years has happened in 2 months. Now, if you're coming out this morning, everywhere the road is empty. There are no cars on the road. Everywhere is just empty. Why? Because, and this does transport affect every other thing, every single thing. Transport affects it because people leave their house and they have to step out. And so once you touch transport, you've touched every area of the economy. So I don't know which other. So if it's the citizens' place of faith in the judicial system, nope, there ain't no faith. As for me, I don't know about others, so maybe somebody there has knows something else they're not telling us. I don't have faith in it.
So Confidence, this is a clear case of I cannot beat them and I don't want to join them. What's your take on it?
Well, I would really commend the judge for once. It's not something we see every day.
Of course.
So for once, he stood up and decided that I don't think I can continue. I don't think I can stomach this anymore. Who knows, what more he has had to put up with. And probably he has come to a point where he realizes that this particular thing, the odds are against the candidate he refused to call. But I'm pretty sure that 3 of us here would have in mind who they're talking about. With, the way the Election Petition Tribunal, the case has dragged, and with the little information was seen, with the evidences presented and the whole hustle and tussle and dragging back and forth, we already know the truth. You understand? So for him to stand up and decide that I don't think I can continue going like this, it's just better for me to leave them, because this thing about if you can't beat them, join them, it has become a thing in across every facet of administration in Nigeria. It has been, if you can't beat them, please just join them. But he decided to stand up and say, I don't think I want to continue joining you guys. So it's better for me to walk away than to keep putting up with this. So about the question of should the citizens place their faith in the judicial system, for me, I would say with this thing that Justice Ugo has done, it gives you that little ray of hope, just that very tiny, because it takes one person to start a revolution. A revolution doesn't just start with people. There's one person who has to stand out and start something. So like P said or asked, who is going to join him? Are there other people that are going to come out and say, well, I don't think I can continue with this thing people are doing? Now, instead of me to be here and the judgment is finalized, that let me just wash my hands off it. So I think somehow it gives that layman that idea that, okay, if one person can have conscience to decide that I don't think I can do this, then there are still some people out there probably waiting for that one person to take. Because if you realize what has happened, the house is divided. And for the house to be divided, like we're saying off camera, that means there's a capacity he holds there that, makes people say, what's going on? Justice Ugo decided to go, what? So that means that, yes, there's a little ray of hope. The judicial system is bad, but it can be fixed. That's my take on it.
And to you, our viewers out there, we'd really love to have your take as regards to recent resignation by Justice Ugo on our comment sections. Please do get involved. We'd love to hear from you. We'll be going on a short break. We'll be right back. Please stay with us. Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. Moving on to our next topic, we will be talking about entitlement mentality, and this refers to the belief that one is inherently deserving of privileges or special treatment without needing to work for it. This mentality can manifest in different aspects of one's life, including education, work, and relationship. The entitlement mentality is becoming increasingly prevalent in today's society, and it has a significant negative consequences. Oftentimes, individuals with this mindset have an unrealistic expectations and are easily disappointed when things don't go their way. Also, these individuals may feel a sense of entitlement to disrespect others, break rules, or expect instant gratification. In the workplace, for instance, an entitled individual can feel unappreciated and not recognized for their efforts, which will lead to arrogance and decrease in productivity. And in relationship, an entitlement mentality can create an unfair balance of power where one person expects their partner to cater for their every whim, causing resentment and conflict. So, ladies, what are your thoughts on entitlement mentality? Confidence, I want you to go first.
Okay. I think this thing about entitlement mentality is something that's not talked about enough in our society because a lot of people, they expect, that's the word, something is done and they expect that, okay, this is how I should be treated or this is what I should get. Take, for example, from the angle of relationships, and because I'm using this because it's the most prevalent, it's everywhere. From there we can then break it down into, other angles. But from this particular angle, you see, I've had to, get into arguments with people close to me, friends and, family members, where we really talk about it, get down to the roots. And, you see somebody dating another person. You guys are dating, or probably what they call talking stage, getting to know each other. Even if you're courting, you find the lady, for instance, the lady wanting the guy to be her El Shaddai. Let me put it that way. I had somebody say, do not think this person is your El Shaddai or he shall die. You're trying to suck this person dry. Yes, in a relationship, both people are partners. It's supposed to be I'm giving you this not because I expect something from you per se, but because I know, okay, we're in this together. So it's supposed to be a coalition. It's supposed to be an agreement. Thank you. It's a two-way thing. But you see in our society today, especially when it comes to this relationship thing, you hear things like, well, I've been with him, I've been with her, so she's supposed to. He's supposed to. And then I start asking myself, I say, okay, what is the place of your family members? Because some people say, I don't have parents. What's the place of your uncles? What's the place of your extended family? Because you find people, trying to... Exactly. You're trying to turn somebody's child into an ATM. Let me even use cash for an example. A money bag. That, if you don't give me this, I think it's over between us. You're entitled. You're feeling like this thing now, as we're in this thing together, this is something I'm supposed to be getting from so and so person.
So they're
and
manipulative.
And it births manipulation. This person you begin to gaslight. That's where all those vices come from. From that feeling of, you supposed give me this thing. I'm supposed to collect this thing from you.
Right.
Now my birthday, so you supposed give me this, you supposed give me that. And this person is not even married to you. What happened when you guys get married? Okay, relationship, that's from the angle of relationships. Okay, talk about like this workplace thing you talked about now. You do something. We're not saying that the boss should not commend, for a job well done. No. He should commend, you did well, encourage. But you see some people, okay, because I've been here, because I've done this, Oga suppose give me this. Oga suppose give me that. And then you find out that at some point it becomes toxic. And because entitlement mentality is a toxic thing. It's very toxic. Take, for example, somebody, that has a car. You're living in a place and this person is trying to help you get from a particular place to a particular place. And then for some reason, the car has issues. Or for some reason, the person decides, okay, today, I don't think I want to carry anybody. Or maybe because the person just decides. And then you hear things like, also, you were going to so and so place, or you were going to go out with your car and you did not tell me. That goes from gratitude, you leave that gratitude aspect and it becomes entitlement. You did not buy car for me. You understand? You didn't buy car for me. I'm using my car to help you. And then I wake up one morning and I decide maybe I don't want to carry anybody today. Let me go. You call me and you tell me, I'm saying this because it has happened to somebody I know. Over and over, I've had to quarrel with somebody over it. And then it felt like I was the person, the reciprocity from me was being too much. But in hindsight, when I thought about it, I said, this is an entitlement mentality. It's my thing. It's my own. If I decide I don't want to give you, there's a reason or something. But you find this lady, she came and she was like, oh, you people were going to go to so and so place and you did not tell me. I'm like,
Excuse you?
excuse you?
That's
So
right.
it's my fault. You understand that I decided to help or we've been helping. And then today that something went wrong and for some reasons, we decided to use this thing and we went this other way, it has become a problem. It turned out to be a very big issue. So I feel like people should, I don't want to say check yourself, people should take it easy. Like ask yourself certain questions. When, you're beginning to, will I say become manipulative, or when you're beginning to, overstep your bounds, when you go to ask this person, hey, but you're supposed to give me this thing now. Ask yourself a question, am I being entitled? Because it's happening and some people do not know that they are doing
So
it.
they should have boundaries set.
Yes.
That's everything.
Yes.
Please, we love to hear from you.
Okay, well, this entitlement stems from a place of an overblown sense of self-importance.
I like that word.
Is that
Narcissism.
I am important? Yes, narcissism. I am so important, and it's just me and me and me. Nobody else matters. You can be dying for all I care. It is me, what I want. Somebody asked me a question some time ago, recently, and somebody asked me, "Can I explain what do I understand by emotional neediness?" And when I started breaking out, I use the voice notes because oftentimes when I write, I am more collected. But I decided to use the voice notes. And the angle I went to, it was an angle that was like, wow. Because when I started talking about, yes, I started with that self-importance, but blue sense of self-importance. And that when you're an emotionally deep person, it's just what I want that matters. Every other person, they must cater to you. They must cater to you and you alone. Now, this sense of entitlement, when Confidence was talking, there's a movie, there's a Korean movie, Parasite, I think 2018 or 2019, thereabouts. Parasite, or 2021, I think. That was when they released that movie, Parasite. I watched that movie, and initially I just thought it was I was going deep into that when I was trying to analyze that movie. One time, a superior somewhere asked me, analyze this movie, and I was going deeper and deeper and deeper. I was like, it's not that difficult. It's just entitlement mentality. That's what that movie just talks about. And that is the poor being entitled to the rich. And you find that privilege in society.
Yes.
You somebody now, she not because you get motor.
Exactly.
Just like she said, she not because you get house. Work hard and get your own house. Because it's prevalent there. In that Parasite, in that movie, the poor, they invested. Initially, if you want to come from that perspective, you're going to be like, but these people are rich now, they can afford to give,
be able
they can
to
afford
help, yeah.
And that is how little by little you start to collect until you no longer, there are no boundaries. Everything is eroded because you're just busy collecting and taking.
It becomes toxic.
And it happens with the world, society generally. People are just so much, there's in the amount of entitlement going around. Jesus Christ. You're like, what gives you that right?
And you wonder why people do not want to help people anymore.
Yeah,
because you feel like if I start helping
if
this
I
person,
start helping,
if
once
I
I
start
start
doing this, I don't know if
when,
I withdraw
what
tomorrow,
will happen?
if I don't have
Because
it.
they say,
you hear what the person will say.
That's why some people just say no. Because by the time they say like yes 2, 3, 4 times, tell them one no.
Exactly.
They will remember they will not remember the time you said yes. And I find that it's actually sad.
That's why I said some people do it and they don't know.
They're not even aware.
It's
It's something that prevents society. Some people you're busy doing something, you're killing yourself, you're going above and beyond, you're doing your best at something, you're helping out in whatever way possible. For a relative, for example, you're helping out, you're helping a sibling, you're always giving out. And then the day you decide,
not even the day you decide, or maybe the day you gas out.
Yeah, or the day you're like, I can't. I cannot. For any reason, I just cannot do this thing. The next thing,
they will gang up on you.
Sure, it's not you that have muka, you're telling me you cannot buy you
begin to emotionally blackmail that person. And we're saying this because it's something that actually happens.
It's deep into society, like it is everywhere. That is why the politician is that sense of entitlement. That is why he will climb up there. And instead of helping, just like a promise, in all his campaign promises, instead of going there to do the right thing, he goes there and he starts to siphon money into his pocket because he feels entitled. It is my turn. It's my turn to eat the share of the national cake. And so he takes what he believes is his own right and his own birthright. And it cuts across. You go to educational sector. See that entitlement is there. You see lecturers telling you, nobody, when it was my own time, nobody gave me an A. Who are you to come and collect it? And they will tell it to your face.
It
that
goes
sometimes,
from, gaslighting, emotional blackmail. Before you know it, because it graduates.
Of course,
it
now
becomes threats. You start to
before you
threaten
know it,
that person.
and that narcissist tendencies. Somebody does something wrong, and you are the one. They are busy gaslighting you. You're like, you are the one at fault, and you're like, sometimes you have to check. You have somebody. It's me that is wrong, or something. It's me that is not understanding something or what, and they make you doubt yourself because of things because of that entitlement. That
Nami suppose.
Yes, Nami suppose. For any reason, that supposing could be any reason. It doesn't have to be from poor to rich. Sometimes it's the rich to the poor. It is that it's everywhere. It's broad.
So basically, all we're just trying to say is that always remember that entitlement mentality has a significant consequence in our personal and professional lives. Okay, recognizing this mindset and working to overcome is essential for personal growth and success. So it is always vital to work hard, be patient, show humility, and understand that we are not entitled to anything. We would love to hear from you as regards entitlement mentality, as always, on our comment section. Okay, let's go on a short break. We'll be right back. Please stay with us. Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. Moving on to our last topic for today, we will be talking about a topic that is brimming with energy, zest, and boundless enthusiasm. We will be talking about youthful exuberance. It embodies the vibrant spirit of the young and represents the verve and excitement that defines this stage of life. It is characterized by a sense of fearless and unyielding desire to explore and experience the world. It is a time where these young minds are filled with dreams, aspiration, and an insatiable curiosity for everything around them. It is a period of self-discovery, personal growth, and laying the foundation for the future. Okay, it is also associated with a carefree and spontaneous approach to life. However, it can result in recklessness or impulse behavior if not moderated by maturity and wisdom. So we're going to be looking at or talking about the negative and positive impact of youthful exuberance. Ladies, what are your thoughts as regards this topic? Yes.
Youthful exuberance.
Yeah. Let's talk about the negative and the positive.
Of course.
Because we'll talk about innovation, creativity.
Yeah, definitely. All those things, they come in. When you're growing up, you get, particularly when you're past teenagehood, you get into that space of life where it's experimental.
It becomes real.
Yeah, it's experimental. Yes, it is both experimental and real.
Yeah.
Because then you're slightly still allowed to experiment. But you know that any experiment you're making now, it's permanent. It's taken to your future. You're laying the groundwork for your future. And sadly, oftentimes, people get it wrong at this point. One thing that influences this greatly, particularly in this our climate now, in this our time now, is social media.
Right.
Because once people let themselves loose on social media, and you start to collect all sorts of nonsense, yes, it can be used for good things. It can be used for very good things. Social media can be used to help. And I am speaking as somebody who has used social media to, like when I was growing up, my venture into social media, I'm grateful for the upbringing I had, because when I ventured into social media, I came with all those parental training. And so they guided me. And I was able to get the good out of social media. But then there's some people who, once they enter social media, it's like, Jesus, they've been telling me since, they're just cutting. They enter social media and they start to run loose. And so you're seeing them and they look normal. But inside their mind, God, it's rubbish and filled with nonsense. All the negative parts of the youthful exuberance.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting for the slightest opportunity to leave home and experience or experiment every single thing.
Live life to the fullest.
Yes, exactly. Live life to the fullest and experiment on everything they want to do. And oftentimes they forget that. So sometimes I used to ask myself this: will it matter in the next 5 years? That thing you want to give yourself about right now, will it matter in the next 5 years? Will it matter when you have one child? Will it matter when you are 45 and you have maybe like a 10-year-old child? Will it matter then? That's when you're killing yourself. Because honestly, if you start asking ourselves these questions in our youth, It will guide us in some of the nonsense decisions we want to make. That time your head want to lose, scatter nuts, the knot in your brain want to scatter. Ask yourself, will it matter? Because as you're busy buying all the trending clothes, you're busy doing all your trending hairdos.
Using the latest phone.
All the latest everything, all the latest. And that latest, the next, maybe like in a week time, another latest
A week
come
is
up.
too long.
A week is even too long. Thank you.
Too long.
And it will become on. So as you're busy doing all those things,
Check yourself.
watch you.
Check yourself.
I don't use word check yourself, but seriously, just watch it. Because that thing you're doing, again, like I said it there in one of our episodes that we did there, that thing you're doing, don't let that thing you're doing affect society as a whole. And don't let that nonsense you are doing come and affect my own corner of society. Please mind yourself in that society, that your own corner of society you present. Mind it.
Well, you're a young person, so it goes back to you as well.
Of course,
We're all young people.
yeah, well, of course I am. So I'm talking to myself and I'm talking to everybody.
Actually, all right.
Okay, so for me, youthful exuberance, it's not a bad thing. It's good.
Yeah, definitely.
Because as a youth, if you're lacking energy, you're lacking zeal, you're lacking zest,
Something is wrong.
we need to, something is wrong somewhere. There's a big question mark somewhere. So it's good in the sense that there's the positive and there's the negative. If that energy, that zeal, that fire, that passion is not guided, at some point it's going to be a problem. And I'm not just saying we're young people, so as we're exploring it here on the show, we're also talking to ourselves. So that's where mentorship comes in. If you can't, for some people, if you can't get a mentor, like have somebody that you need to be
An
accountable
adult
with.
figure.
A figure
that
somebody can hold you accountable,
like an authority that you can submit to.
Because trust me, youthful exuberance, if it's not checked, as a young person, a lot of us have delved into things
Check yourself.
a lot of us have delved into things because of the passion, because of the fire. You want to be the best. You want to be your own man. You want to be your own man. You don't want to be left behind. You don't want to be referred to as someone of yesterday. You want to carve out a niche. So all that fire, all that passion, all that burning, if it is not put in the right path, trust me, it's going to cause problems.
Yes.
We have a lot of things happening in our society today, and it's because of, in quotes,
terrible mistakes,
decisions, mistakes made in life.
In their youth
that
stage.
a lot of us as young people have done. When you look back and after, like, let's say 5-10 years, and you're asking yourself, why did I do this? Why did I do that? A lot of people are just going freely out there. They don't have somebody that they can ask questions. People that have gone ahead, elders.
But the thing is not that you don't have. Is that we live in a climate where, again, like this is one of the negative influences of social media. We live in a climate where people think, the youth, they think they know best. They're the one they tell the adults. That was your own era. Leave me now. This is our current time. All those things you're saying, it doesn't count now. Did you have social media at that time when you're saying you trekked, you climb mountain, you jump rivers? Did you have? So it's like this. But then I'd like for youths, and anybody watching this, and I like you to extend it out there as well. I'd like for youths to find that middle ground. There is a middle ground. The elders don't all know it. The youth don't all know it. It is find that middle ground. Carry that youthful thing in this present 21st century. Yeah, pack it and come. Collect the experience. Join it together, and I tell you, you will own your space.
Trust me, when you join that passion, that fire, that zest, that zeal
with experience,
guidance,
you are the one that becomes like genius.
Have you seen fire that burns within an enclave? It's not. Fire is wild.
Of course.
But when you see fire, I don't want to say organized fire, but it's burning.
No, but it's organized now, and it is the hottest.
Exactly, because
it owns that space. Nobody can doubt that fire is there.
When we as young people, we channel all that energy. We are just everywhere. It's like I'm looking for. There's this organism. You're just the filaments are just everywhere. It ends up sometimes we end up hurting ourselves, and we don't just end up hurting ourselves. We truncate our purpose. We hurt people around us. Just because you're trying to find yourself, just because you're trying to be a youth. So it's a good thing. Youthful exuberance is good because it shows that, okay, you have energy in you. You have you're within that age bracket where wow, people are saying that this person is a young person and you need to do something with this fire, with this zeal, with this passion in you. That's why we need guidance. Let me not
Definitely.
let's
We need
just say
mentorship.
you. We need
mentorship.
We need guidance.
We need all the
that
guidance we can get.
exactly to
We
put
need
us in that right path.
Yeah,
Speaking
we
about
need
speaking about needing guidance and all that, that's why we actually need mentorship and guidance, like you guys just said, because an elder is just like who no go no. So you just have to depend on someone like
Someone's knowledge.
someone's knowledge actually. That's it. So all we're just trying to say is youthful exuberance is a powerful force that can drive innovation, entrepreneurship, social change, and inspire others to bring fresh perspective, boundless energy, and zest for life that can lead to remarkable achievements and positive impact on the society. It is crucial to guide and nurture youthful exuberance, providing mentorship, like we said earlier, so education and opportunities to channel their energy towards productive and meaningful endeavors by cultivating a balance between enthusiasm and wisdom can harness the full potential of youthful exuberance and create a better future for
me.
all.
You won't bring it
We need to buy you a drink.
Like bring as in
we need to pop champagne
before my society will not spoil. Please.
Well, that's it on today's edition of Viewpoints. You already know. Talk show with the talk as EV. We really do appreciate you and your time greatly. Let's do this again, same place, same time. We would love to hear from you as always. So be a part of our conversation by dropping your opinions on our comment sections, and don't forget to follow all our social media handles displayed on your screen for more exciting and captivating episodes of Viewpoints. Also subscribe and turn on the notification bell on our YouTube channel at Oweleketv. Our website is Oweleketv. Till we come your way again. See you next time.
Bye.